I'm Jonathan Moulton.
Louise.
Charlotte.
Elliot Clark.
I'm Maddie. I'm Emily.
And I study business management and finance.
I study film and television with a foundation year.
I do law with French.
Law with European legal systems.
American studies.
I'm a third year history student.
Environmental science.
Psychology. Yes, it is a real degree.
The field work.
I'm enjoying the group work that I have to do in my seminars, and one of my modules is maths related, and I find that particularly challenging, so I enjoy doing that.
Probably that I actually get to learn like things that aren't just about like statutes in a book, because after a while it gets a bit dull. It's actually really nice in French to be able to learn something a bit different, like learn about like French culture, or like just like read the news or something. Makes me feel like I actually know something about something other than what constitutes that legally.
I guess the actual modules, like the content, is really interesting, it's really varied, and you get to have those different discussions about stuff that you don't normally get to.
I love the variety of history that I've covered. Since I started here back in, even though I am a third year, I've been here since 2013 doing a foundation year. I've studied from the 8th century all the way up to 2003, so it's the variety I've received here has been unlike anything I've ever experienced.
I love the hands-on element. You get to do a lot with Apple Macs and a lot of editing. We like made our own podcasts and things like that. Like I've been involved in a lot of making of different podcasts and everything, and different videos. They've got a TV like set here at UEA, so you go there and you like learn about how to sort out cameras or how to use microphones properly and the editing boards and things like that. So it's some parts like really hands-on, and that's the most I enjoy. That and the people that are on my course. I've met brilliant people.
I think it's quite challenging. I think it's interesting to find out how sort of the world works, because it covers politics to criminal law to the more boring things like contract. So I think it's quite interesting to find things out.
It's stimulating. I learned things about my brain that I didn't know. Like what a neuron was, I didn't know. Yeah, I like it. It's really interesting to learn about yourself. And then I can come back and analyse all you lot. Like I know why you just laugh then. My course is quite basic. It's quite easy.
The length of time that we kind of get to do the coursework, because there's such a short turnaround between when you finish learning the stuff and then you have to write it and then you have to hand it in, and I feel like there's not enough time to kind of like prep.
Probably like how much pressure is on you from like both schools, because they don't like care about what else you have to do, or they don't know. So like my French teachers will expect me to care a lot more about French than I probably should, and then law just expects you to be dedicated, so probably that.
Probably the amount of reading that I have actually in my subject. I know it's history, we're expected to, but my god, it's like 20 documents a week. I hate it.
The fact that in lectures you do very little work, it's more just writing out what the lecturer says.
I hate reading. If I could change it, there just wouldn't be any reading, it would just be all practical, but obviously it's part of university, so.
The ridiculous amount of reading that we have to do, it actually hurts inside just to constantly read.
I hate lectures. They're tedious. Just sit there. Boring.
Always reading.
In December, when we had like a little dominoes in as a flat, and we all gave each other presents for Secret Santa, that was quite a good day.
When my sister and my friend came to visit.
And the football, I like the football. Playing the football was great.
I'm probably like the mum of the flat, so I organise like their cards and their presents. They're actually fighting now like children. And I got both of their cards and I was getting people to sign them, and obviously like now I have them back. And it's really nice to like just see what like people write in them, and it makes it feel like Because I fly. It makes it feel like that we're just like a little family, and it's actually just really nice.
Derby Day, when everyone was kind of like dressed in the t-shirts, it was like Team UA, we went and we watched the boxing, and I went and I saw my friend Evie in tennis and everything like that, so that was really, really fun. I got to spend a lot of time with people and be happy.
Aww. Yeah, I like our little flat outings, like when we go on walks around the lake, and it's just I like all the little bonding moments, you know, because like it's really weird like being with people that you never be with before, like you would never really hang out with. It's just funny seeing people from all different walks of life, you know.
We were preparing for one of our flatmates' birthday, and me and my mate P, we had to collect newspapers to wrap everything in his room in newspaper, and we went to the laundrette twice to get newspapers, and every time I just broke down in laughter. Everyone was staring. I didn't mind. It was brilliant.
At Christmas we had sort of a Domino's Christmas dinner. It was sort of also a farewell to our flatmate Josh who left. It was quite cute. We all gave our Secret Santa presents out, and I thought that was really nice.
Worked out very well. Like, our flat could be a lot worse, but everybody's good. We all talk to each other. Some flats don't, so solid.
I actually think I find it better than I thought I would. I like having my room, sort of my own personal space to do what I want, but then I think it's nice to always know that there's someone there. There's always people around if you want to go and have a chat, or at tea time we all make our dinner and sit down. It's really nice.
You are actually making so much noise. You're making more noise.
Actually not too bad. I'm sure everyone else did it, but like we get along quite well, and I was quite worried that I wasn't gonna be friends with my flatmates and it would just be like a really awkward situation. But I think we get along with each other, so that's quite nice.
Fucking annoying is how I find it.
I found it really difficult in the beginning, but I think that's because I'm a massive introvert and I like my personal space, and at that time obviously I wasn't used to really sharing anything with anyone I hadn't met, so having to share a kitchen and wait for other people and be so involved with other people was really difficult. But like, no one in this flat is horrible, so I think that definitely helped. If the people I live with were really shitty, that would have been just like the worst thing. I probably would have had to move.
Some of them are alright, some of them not so much.
Oh, Joe, how many times are you going to make me bring you shit to the library?
But yeah, it's just as long as people do their washing up and they don't talk shit about my degree or about women, then I'm pretty chill.
They're very nice most of the time and don't argue as much as I thought they would. So.
It's interesting. I've had a wonderful selection of people to live with because I've been on campus for the entirety of my time at uni, and they, for like the most part, have been absolutely brilliant. Funny, you can have long chats in the kitchen like most evenings till 2 in the morning. It's nothing like I've ever experienced.
I think it's definitely a thing to do when you're younger. Like, I know my mum would hate it if it was her. And someone stole my mini eggs, and I will find out too. This is a new packet for everyone else, but you just want the last one.
Yes, that's multiple.
This is why I don't like it.
If you'd have asked me 4 years ago, it would have been a little bit of a different story. But since I've been, as I said, here 4 years, I'm used to it. It is challenging sometimes, but once you've done it for a year or so, it just becomes second nature.
Yes, I am coping without my parents. Yeah, I didn't really see my mum that much before I came to uni because I was working, and she finished work late, so it's not really that different.
Yes, funnily enough, I'm quite like a mummy's boy, so it was quite a surprise to me that I'd actually get on with it quite well.
I think so. I'm managing to eat every night, so not dying yet, so it's obviously going alright.
Surprisingly, like, yes, I really wasn't in the beginning. I couldn't cook for shit. I somehow managed to burn like frozen chicken, like char burnt till it was like brown and crisped and you can't eat it, and then I like undercooked chips, and then I overcooked pasta and undercooked pasta, and I kind of just couldn't feed myself. So I've mainly been living off breakfast foods, but I am living.
Yeah. I think I was already quite independent to start off with, so it wasn't that big of a shock, and I talk to them every week, so it's not possible.
Everyone goes through the little moments of like missing home and missing your family, but that's okay. It's all right to have those moments. Everyone has those moments.
Can you cook for yourself?
Yeah. Do you know what? I firmly say that. Yeah, I can.
Well done. See,
Thank you.
that's coping.
Yeah. I made
Oats.
chilli for myself. I had chilli for dinner, and it was really nice.
Proud.
Quite proud. Yeah.
Proud
I mean,
moment.
it was just like a packet and a...
Happiness.
Well, law's an incredibly competitive career option, so actually having a job, I think would be nice.
I really want to go travelling after uni. That's kind of the main goal at the moment, before you have any commitments or job attachments or anything like that. Yeah, just see the world really, and then after that hopefully get a job, pays a bit of money, and if not then I'm going to become a princess at Disneyland.
A job that I like.
To be financially secure within the next 10 or 15 years and to be happy.
Actually get a job that I want to do, not that I'm forced to do.
Well, I would like us to be a history teacher at some point in my future, but currently, because of the experiences I've had here at university, I am writing a book, so I'd like one day to that to be actually published.
To do something that I originally set out to do. I don't want to go into something having even done this whole experience and not come out feeling like I'm happy and like I'm going to go into something and I'm just going to hate it and I've wasted all these years doing something that I hate, which I know I'm not with media. I found what I want to do, which is thanks to you.
Like, you know how your whole life people tell you like, oh, like you need to like keep a balance, like stuff like that. I think that's just what I've actually learned, like that it's really important to actually just like go out and do things and live your life instead of just worrying about like your grades and money and stuff. Like I feel like I knew that, but like it's like been consolidated since I've been here.
How versatile beans are, and how many different meal combinations, beans, fish fingers and bacon, all in one.
Not to care what other people think of you on a night out.
You can survive with pasta and rice.
Be kind to people, but also don't let people get the best of you. Stand strong and enjoy it.
You don't get scurvy, you don't die.
The more people you surround yourself with who are kind of different to you, the kind of more you'll change, but it's not a bad thing. I think you more like grow as a person. I would say evolve, but that doesn't sound too good. You grow as a person, and I think you develop a lot more as a person. I think if you stay with certain people your whole life, you're just going to be one thing, and if you branch out and meet new people, you can be this whole other thing that's actually quite amazing.
I guess just to do what you want and like be yourself, because I mean I kind of knew that before uni, but even more now. Like there's so many people who are so different and so just uniquely themselves, and I think it makes me want to be more of like who I am rather than thinking, oh, like maybe I should do this because like someone else does this or like likes that sort of thing. So I think
That it's not always about being the best at everything and things like that. It's just, you know, if you enjoy yourself or whatever you're doing, then it's all good. You're living life right.
Also, Marmite with pasta, give it a go.
Don't go out every day. You're not cool.
Take every opportunity, you know. Go and talk to someone that you don't know. Even if you're nervous, go and say hi. Don't get overhyped on freshers because the first week will be like every single week of your life, other than you'll have a bit more work to do. But like the club does not change. The people don't change that much, probably. Probably don't worry about making the friends that you're gonna have forever. Because like people that I talked to in the first week I probably haven't spoken to since, and it would just be people that I've met since then that I've actually stayed in contact with pretty much. So yeah, just calm down a little bit. I know it's exciting, but like you don't need to put all of your hopes and dreams into that 1 week.
Make the most of the first 2 weeks because the workload will be on top of you, and enjoy it and try not to think about the bad things that happen, if there are bad things.
Don't worry too much. I mean, I go out a lot of time in my pyjamas.
Oh, I literally walked to the SU in my slippers.
It's a completely average thing. Constantly we see people in the SU shop in their pyjamas and we don't judge them. We envy them because we wish we'd done it.
Just go to everything. Join societies, join clubs, join sports teams, preferably a sport you can actually play. Yeah, make friends, go and talk to people, go out. Don't just be nervous about it all because everyone's in the same boat.
It's going to be different when you turn up. It's challenging. There are so many new people you're going to meet in your course where you live. Have fun with them. Get to know them, and once you have, you'll know each other for a very long time.
Relax. It's the cliche of everyone's in the same position, everyone's just as nervous. Just sort of let it happen and try and enjoy it, I think, would be my advice.
Have fun and take the opportunities when they come to you, because I think you'll regret if you don't do something, and you'll think back and think, oh, I wish I had really taken advantage of the fact that like you can go out whenever you want as a fresher, because like that's part of the whole culture of it. Like, yeah, who knows?
I think the last question that's important for you is, what would you say to someone who's not sure about whether they still want to be here?
I'd say look into everything and look at every single one of your options, because you might not want to leave, you might want to defer for a year and then come back. It's completely up to what you want to do. Or you might want to change course, it just might not be your course. Personally, I don't like what university actually has to do. I'm not like an essay person. And that's just me, and it's whatever you want to do at the end of the day. You need to do whatever makes you happy, and even though some people might disagree with you, at the end of the day, you've got to do what feels best.
I miss Freshers Week already. I just miss being a fresher, and we're already freshers.